What up, Dokkanners? The AGL Turles Dokkan Festival EZA is at last here. It's been announced on JP. Going to be dropping there in a few days. Global players, take note. This unit is very good, so you guys are definitely going to want to be saving up those Kais or maybe farming out some Turleses if the event ever comes back, if you happen to summon any Turleses, or if you are working on links for the unit, make sure you get ready because this is the new king of movie bosses. So let's take a look right here. Movie bosses key +3, 170%, taking the throne away from the Broly and giving it to this Turles, and rightfully so. Also, an extreme class key +3, 100% stat roll for the extreme class subcategory. This is great. This is a good ability for starting players. If you're a brand new player, you happen to have this Turles, don't really know what to do with it. With this ability now at 100%, you're going to be able to run some pretty standard, or not standard, I'd say you'd be able to run some more difficult events with a 100% lead here on the extreme side. So pretty good start for the Turles here. Raises attack and defense for one turn, causes immense damage with a medium chance to stun. As expected, I predicted that they would raise attack and defense for one turn and not really alter the odds to stun. That is probably going to be saved for the transformed version. For the passive, attack and defense plus 160%, all allies key +3, attack plus 40%. So already right here, we got a big boost because he didn't have anything on his original passive. Now he gets 160%, and then the all allies key +3, attack plus 40% is still intact. However, they've added on an all allies defense plus 40% when there is a super class enemy. Now, this restriction might seem annoying to some people, and I guess I can agree to an extent, but keep in mind that this is for movie bosses. If you're running this guy on a team, chances are that team is going to be either movie bosses or extreme class. So if you're running extreme guys, then you're probably going to be facing off against good guys on, let's say, Super Battle Road or other type of events that have something to do with that. Maybe a Dokkan event or something like that. So I actually find that this is okay. I think some people are having an issue with this on Twitter. I think that a full-on unconditional all allies key +3 attack and defense plus 40% is a very powerful ability that I don't think necessarily needs to be given to an EZA. Should instead be maybe given to some sort of a Dokkan Fest in the future. I think we're slowly inching towards that new level of power in terms of support, but I don't think we're quite there yet. So the closest thing that we've had to a very good support like this, I believe, is the STR Topo. With his EZA, he gave all allies key +1, attack and defense plus 40%. This, I was expecting to be something like that, and they kind of deliver, right? So the only condition is going to be facing a superclass enemy. I don't think this is too bad, honestly. You're still keeping the same level of support for offense, no matter who you have. It's the defense that kicks in for what really matters when you're running movie bosses on Super Battle Road. Honestly, this is great because this enhances your Super Battle Road durability on movie bosses. I cannot wait to try movie bosses now, Extreme Super Battle Road. I have been preparing for that for several months, working on links, getting my copies ready. This Turles might now work his way back into the rotation because this new EZA is looking pretty stacked. Superclass enemies attack -20%, activates Fruit of the Loom when the conditions are met. So this is the only thing that we don't have word on yet, because the infographic that was released on the JP Dokkan Twitter only gave us this information as well as the transformed state. We don't know what this condition is going to be. So let me know in the comments. I want to know what you guys think. What do you think the transformation condition is going to be for this Fruit of the Loom thing? Turn 3, 80% health or below. Assuming those stay the same, what do you predict this percentage change is going to be? I feel like it's going to be 30%. If you guys want to actually say that there's going to be a change here or here, feel free to let me know in the comments. I doubt it. I think it's just going to be this, and I think it's going to be a simple 5% upgrade. So it's going to be a 30% chance. I don't think they're going to change it too much. So that being said, now let's take a look at the transformed state. Turles Boosto. Causes immense damage. Oh, that's the original one. Raises attack and defense. Causes immense damage with a high chance. There you go. To stun. Perfect. Exactly what I predicted. Recovers 20% health. That is an upgrade of, I believe, 10% from before. 5%. Okay. Attack and defense plus 200%. Damn. All allies key +3. Plus an additional defense plus 100% when there's a super class enemy. Okay. Superclass enemies defense -80%, attacks effective against all types when HP is 80% or more. So here is a little bit confusing, and I will admittedly say I originally thought that this additional key or defense plus 100% was for the entire team. This is actually just for Turles. I want that to be clear because that could be a little confusing. So that's how the punctuation works. All allies get the key +3. But the 100% defense boost applies just to Turles when there's a superclass enemy. Why is this the case? That's kind of how the unit works. He is originally a support before he eats the Fruit of the Loom, After he eats it, he turns into a powerhouse himself. He's an offensive juggernaut with the ability to tank defensively, but he doesn't have the ability to support in terms of stats. That is the one downfall about this unit. It has always been an issue for people. Whenever they do transform, they sure appreciate the healing, but as far as the stats are concerned, you don't have that support anymore, so that is a problem. They continue to perpetuate that with this EZA. I guess, you know, that was to be expected, so that might be the one downfall about this unit, that there is no support ability in that transformed state, but we still get the key, so I guess that's cool. I mean, if you really want to do more damage, this is where you want to be, right? You want to have the attack and defense 200%, defense plus 300%, and then raising attack and defense. This guy's actually pretty good. Now he has two different functions. He can stun and support, or he can go full-out offense and defend while also healing you and giving some key to allies. So take it how you will. If you guys agree or disagree with this build, let me know in the comments. I'm actually totally fine with this. I think this is going to be just fine. I feel like people are going to be overly focused on that stat support thing, the defense plus 40%. I feel like people are going to be too fixated on that, but I think eventually this will all dissipate, the conversation will end, and everybody will agree that Turles is once again actually good. And this AGL Turles, I hate this guy. I pull this guy all the time, so the fact that he's actually going to be good now makes me feel a whole lot better. Now, in terms of links, let's just do a quick rundown of some of the best links for this unit. Let's go to the link tool here on DokkanInfo.com. Link is in the description as always. So here is the JP side in terms of links. We've got some really good links here. Big Bad Bosses, attack and defense plus 25. Fierce Battle, attack plus 20. And Thirst for Conquest, attack and defense plus 15. These two alone are very good. And these two links are shared with some very prominent big bad boss type enemies. So obviously the Turles is up top. 6 links with the Turles army, very good. You've got 5 links with this guy. Actually, I would have thought this would have been more. Oh, actually, you know what? They look the same. That's probably why I got confused. They look exactly the same, except for the smile. Okay. So scrolling down here is a couple other notable movie bosses. We got the Cooler. We got the physical Raditz on the JP side. Int, Paragus, and Broly. Mass Saiyan. Scrolling down further, the one that I wanted to point out, actually, I'll just point it out on global. So this is what the JP landscape looks like in terms of some of the links right now, excuse me. And now for the global side, this is the DokkanAPI.com. I will also post this. It's not .com, it's webapi.eu. I'll put a link in the description for this one. So Turles here, what are some of the units that link best with this guy? Well, let's first of all show off the Big Bad Bosses link. Who in here shares Big Bad Bosses? All of these guys. Obviously at the top, you got the big boys, Transform, Boost Turles. You got the Great Ape Turles here, LR Turles Army. Cooler shares 4 links. That's going to be very good because also Cooler does boost Terrifying Conquerors, and that is something that this guy is already on. So this guy, I mean, this one along with the Cooler is going to be one ridiculous combination. And then if we scroll further down, look at this guy. Look at the 2 links that they share. Big Bad Bosses and Thirst for Conquest. So you get these 2 links at maximum. You've got a monstrous free-to-play LR Prime Battle Frieza alongside your Turles. That is a devastating combination. A lot of good units here. So why am I showing you this, folks? I'm showing you this because if you're on global, you have plenty of time to prepare. Plenty of time to boost that super attack for free. If you happen to come across any Turleses during your summons, save them, Z-Awaken them. If you happen to jump into the Turles story event for whatever reason, farm out those free-to-play Turleses and maybe save those for a potential free-to-play SA boost whenever this guy gets his EZA on global. And also work on those links. This unit has some very good links. Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest are the ones that I mentioned. And let's not forget Fierce Battle. And also, Destroyer of the Universe. Let's actually see how many units share that link. I think it's just the Turles. Let's actually see. Destroyer of the Universe, I believe, is just the Turles, guys. Yeah, it's just Turles. So you run this guy with the LR Turles Army. That is ridiculous, dude. Attack and defense plus 25. Attack and defense plus 15. Attack plus 25, defense plus 15. Attack plus 20. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I love Turles. This EZA turned everything around for me. I love Turles. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this new EZA? Are you upset about that superclass enemy restriction, or do you feel like that is going to be just fine? And what do you predict the transformation condition is going to be for that Fruit of the Loom thing? Do you think it's going to be 30%, 45%, 40%? Do you think they're going to change the turn restriction, the health condition? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.